Hi, I'm Ian Giles for LiveBait.tv. We're here tonight with Tom Heintzman, the President of Bullfrog Power, which is a green energy company in Ontario. We're going to ask Tom some questions about Ontario power generation, find out more about Bullfrog Power, how easy it is to switch, how it derives its energy sources, and how it's maintained. Okay, Tom, why is green power important?
You know, I see green power as a way of the future, and not only because of environmental imperative, meaning, you know, obviously we have to address greenhouse gases and climate change, but also because I do believe in the long run it's going to be a much more efficient way of making the energy that we need to consume.
What is the mix of energy generation sources for Bullfrog? What is that comprised of?
Right. So all of the electricity is what's called Eco-Logo certified, and that's a federal government certification for renewable electricity. They certify a bunch of different types of power: solar, biomass, wind, and what they call low-impact hydro. Low-impact hydro is hydro that is as environmentally friendly as is reasonably possible, and in order to receive the certification for low-impact hydro, it has to meet a whole bunch of criteria, which would include restrictions on water that can be held upstream, which effectively limits the use of dams, minimum disruption on fish migration, spawning, minimum impacts on oxygen levels and temperature levels, etc. So it has to meet a certain number of criteria. Our power right now comes from the low-impact hydro and from the wind, and the ratio is 80% low-impact hydro and 20% wind.
Okay. Does green energy cost more?
For the average home, it's about $1 a day, $1 a day. Mm-hmm. And over the course of the year, it's not insignificant. But on the other hand, we all do spend $1 a day on bottled water, coffee, whatever it is, mm-hmm. That we could either do without, or, you know, it's not that huge a sacrifice. Mm-hmm. If you sit back and think about the, you know, what's at stake. I mean, ultimately, we're going to have to change our lifestyles a little bit in order to address climate change, and that's a relatively easy way of doing it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an opinion on what that tipping point might be, where the masses are going to move towards green power?
Yeah. No, I don't. But I will tell you one thing, that since just monitoring the number of people that sign up for Bullfrog Power, since September or October, it's risen dramatically. And have we reached a tipping point? No, I don't think we're quite there yet. But I think it's moving out of the very early adopters to a bit more of the mainstream. Mm-hmm. I understand that now it's rivaling healthcare as one of the top priorities mm-hmm. of Canadians. Mm-hmm. So there's something happening, right? And are we at a tipping point? I don't know, but I can definitely see very strong increases in not only awareness but preparedness to do something about it. Mm-hmm. One way of framing the issue is sacrifice, and I think that's often the way that the issue has been framed, in terms of we have to give up something in order to create a sustainable lifestyle. But increasingly, I think people are reframing the discussion as one of control. Like there's I don't know whether you found it when your family signed up for Bullfrog Power, but there's I sense in our customers a real feeling of being empowered. Like suddenly they're part of the solution. They're not just kind of on for the ride.
What is involved in switching to Bullfrog Power?
Right, so very straightforward. You go to www.bullfrogpower.com. You need your hydro bill. There's a sign-up procedure. It takes about 10 minutes. You have to enter in your current utility number and name, etc., and accept the contract. And from your perspective, you're done at that point in time. We then send an electronic message to your current utility. They're notified that you're now a Bullfrog Power customer, and you switch over on your next meter read.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank you very much for spending some time with us and telling us more about Bullfrog Power and how easy it is to switch, and giving us some good insights on power generation in Ontario. So thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you.